Üçüncü bölüme devam ediyoruz. Aa, şu sağ üstteki iki şey lan bizim seviyemiz değil mi?
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Konstantin'i soralım.
Cousin.
Kuzeni arıyoruz değil mi? Ha.
I believe he was intending
Herhalde,
celebrating
bilmiyorum.
his departure last
Sırayla gidiyoruz işte ya.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Ne oldu lan?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe. Of course he was there.
Hadi lan. Kavgayı da o başlatmış.
I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't
Ederiz lan, kaç paraysa.
That's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my
Saçlarım titriyor oğlum, fiyatı söyle.
I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Ya lan 25 altın mıymış? Ha. Fixebilir miyiz acaba?
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son.
Lan bana bak.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Ha, şu tamir edebiliyor muyuz ya?
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Nasıl yapacağız?
Greenblood, do you need something?
Allah Allah.
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all,
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to... And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
Yok be.
I must leave you.
Nasıl tamir edeceğiz lan biz bunu?
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Metal dübel. Şuraları arayalım bakalım. Belki... Aha. Hasit. Yemin ediyorum burayı var ya siz söyleyin. Altın buluruz ayağına geldim lan. Bu kadar bal... Aha. Bu kadar ballı ol... Aha, o ne lan? Al saattan bir simyacıdan mektup. Senede umduğumuz huzuru bulamadığınız için gerçekten üzgünüm. Akademiden ayrıldığımdan beri durum içler acısı. Suçladığımız kişiler şimdi sanki kurallar onlar için geçerli değilmiş gibi davranıyor. Düzenli olarak şüpheli deneyler yapıyorlar. Ve geri kalanımızın da dikkat çekmekten başka yapabilecek bir şey yok. Umarım sonunda huzur içinde olabileceğimiz bir yer bulursunuz. Arkadaşın. Allah Allah. Sandık mı lan o? Çekil önümden. Ne yapıyorsun lan? İşte oğlum. Senkronize mi yüzüyoruz? Ne yapıyoruz? Hancının depo anahtarı. Hancının depo anahtarını buldum lan. Hancı depo anahtarını nereye bırakmış lan öyle? Ne? Hay Allah'ım yarabbim, kilit açma becerine tüküreyim ben senin. Bir türlü yapamadık ya. Kilit açma kaç tane? Vallahi ya.
Locked.
Bir anahtar yok mu yanımda zaten? Var.
Locked.
Yanımda anahtar vardı kanka. Hancı'nın depo anahtarı diyordu eşek kadar. Demiyor muydu? Diyordu. Aha. Bir yer daha buldum. Oo gençler, ne oluyor burada? Ha, şurada da bir yer var. Oo, Binbir gece masalları diyorsunuz yani. Otantik diyorsunuz yani. Diyorsunuz değil mi? Ha iyi. Çok kırıp dökmeyin lan ortalığı. Ben şu dübellerle şeyi tamir edeceğim. Şunu.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Bir tane metal dübelim var.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Oğlum metal dübelim yok mu benim? Gölge füzesi. Bunlar tamam. Büyüler. Durağanlık 1D. Bu ne lan? Teknikler, ışık, iksirler, çubuklu iksir. İksir git ya. Boş ver. Ya iyi de dübelim var benim. Abi yok mu dübelim ya? Inventory. Dübeli almadık mı ya? Allah Allah. Almadık mı lan dübel hakikaten? Ben dübel aldık diye biliyordum lan. Hancı'nın depo anahtarı. Serene'deki meyhanenin deposunu. Lan Serene'deyiz işte, tamam. Depon nerede lan senin? Ya arkadaş, okuduğum şeyi bana bir daha niye şey yapıyorsun? Madeni para koruma ürünleri. Allah Allah. Vallahi aldığımı zannediyordum ya.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Almadık mı lan dübelleri oradan? Allah Allah. Ya almışız işte. Bir de
Locked.
ha bir dakika dur, kımıldama. Anahtarı kullan. Ha. Oh. Aa bak, metal dübeller işte, tamam. Ha. Q ile de eski depo. Arka kapıyı açık. Açılış yaptık. Burada ne var? Bir dakika dur, kımıldama. Sakin, sakin. Sakin olun, sakin. Silahlar var. Neresi lan burası? Ha, o. Çık git, kaç. Oğlum hiç boş ver. Şimdi seni görürse bize yine eşik gitler bu. Lan kapı ne çabuk kapanıyor ya. Üst katta var mıydı kilitli? Ha, yok, tamam. Burada var mıydı? Vardı sanki. Ama açıktı. Tamam. İşte şunu da açamıyoruz işte. Öyle de bir üzücü ki. Dur. Hah. Şimdi tamir edebiliyor muyum?
And there you
Huh?
have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Bak nasıl tamir ettim ama. Ben tamir ettim.
Well then, were you able to repair it?
Aynen.
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work.
Elimden
You
iş
know
gelir.
what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker
Ya bırak yorum
or a
yapma lan.
right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint? Anything else?
Vallahi yani yok herhalde. Hadi.
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Hadi görüşürük. Seninle bir işimiz kalmadı herhalde. Şunu da çaktırmadan aparayım dedim de. Şimdi o ne lan?
Celebrate the miracle of science. You won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in it.
Ne oluyor burada?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Ha.
Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity.
Ya uyku hapı hazırlayamıyorum ki.
Time is precious in these dark hours.
Are your boots worn
Sen ne
through?
istiyorsun?
Is your hat
Aa,
out?
kıyafet satıyor.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help?
Satın al. Aa, oğlum sende mantar falan var mı? Bir dakika. Sihirli iksir. Yok. Uyku iksiri. Ha. Oha 20 altın. Yağma şansı, zehir, elemental. Kıyafetler var burada. Ulan o kadar altın topladık, bir işe yaramadık mı ya? Allah Allah, pelerin. Aa. Kaç altın? 62. Ne diyorsun oğlum? 62 altın. Lan zaten Happy Top'u o kadar var. 4 altın. Aa, 30. Tamam. Oha 14. Bir tane alayım.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Şimdi
Come closer now, good people. Don't
şuradan içecek hazırlayacağız. Uyku hapı. Nereden gidiyor? Yok öyle değil. Hah. Lan kilitli mi bu sefer de? Ya. Hay Allah ya Rabbim. Satın almak gerekecek ha. Ya o kadar para verdim ya. Vallahi para verdik ya. Yani. Uyku hapı içecek. Oho. Kaçakçıyı bulayım en azından. Yok, kaçakçıyı bulmadık mı lan? O zaten ya. Öf. Üzüldüm ya. Vallahi. NATO gemisini mi bulalım o zaman? Aynen, onu bulalım. Sonra da kuzeni şey yaparız. Aha. Hodan 2 ne lan? Ha, ben buradan sürekli altın aparıyoruz zannettim ha. Valla.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians.
Mavi
And then when we
giyimli.
left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well,
Niye
those
herkes
brutes
yüzünü
were
gözünü
there,
boyamış? Anlamadım
waiting
ki
for
ya.
him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me the captain. No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. The other day. And then when we left...
Biraz hızlandıracağım.
Did you report?
Unfortunately, the captain.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you? The night you
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas... You think...
Naif bir
It's just
çocukmuş
that I
işte.
can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else?
There was still a small crowd in... I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from kind of fellow who plays from morning to night. Now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again.
Thank you, Lara.
Kaptana bilgi vermiş. Ya çocuğun kaçırıldığını görmüş. Yardım etmeye giderken oluğa düşmüş. Kaptana da bilgi vermiş. Aptal durumuna düşmüş. İşaretleyici ne lan?
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes.
Niye herkes
Your captain
ağzını
asked me
yüzünü
to go
boyamış
and find
anlamadım
him.
ki.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously.
Kaptan
What do you
Vasco.
think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good He knows his craft well, in spite...
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
Allah Allah.
If he keeps it up, he'll be an...
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has...
Düşman edinilecek biri değilmiş yani
anyone
çocuk.
No one, far as...
Kimseyi tanımıyor serüveninde.
What does Jonas do in his free time? When you're...
He just hangs around, and when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lara.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine.
Ha, çok içki içemiyormuş. Sağda solda takılıyormuş. Özel bir şeyi yokmuş.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the...
Did anything seem out of the
Beraber
ordinary?
içmeye gitmişler iki
Was
gün
he
önce.
troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled.
Biraz
Why would
sıkıntılı
that-
gibiymiş.
Boy, I haven't the
I
face...
Hiçbir
don't know
fikrim
where to
yok
start
diyor.
with this.
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him
And
any...
you don't
Böyle
believe
boş boş.
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother.
Allah
The
Allah.
itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others. Here,
İçmiş
yesterday,
olabilir
it
diyor.
was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as...
Allah Allah.
I
Hadi
need to
bakalım.
be going. Farewell.
Strange story this is.
Something
Abi
isn't
hepsinin
right
hikayesi
about it.
garip.
Feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Var mı lan şöyle 3-5 kuruşunuz? Gözüm dikeyim. 2 altın para alayım. Aa! Oğlum niye? Allah Allah. Niye şey yaptı lan öyle? Silah çıkardı manyak. Tanıkları bulup sorgulayalım tabii ki de. Sakin. Ha buradalar. Hayda, yine geldik buraya.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Ben sana koyacağım birazdan. Bir dakika bekle az.
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for
A
2.
note, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
a kidnapping in my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients, a big gambler.
Kumarbaz.
I see. An able-bodied man passes his time
Where might I find him at this time?
here. He would never give away anything else.
Yok.
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Bu zibidi mi lan? Bana bak lan
Who are
zibidi.
you? I don't recognize you.
No. Have no fear about that. It's for. I'm looking for a naut that disappeared 2 days ago. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Allah Allah.
What can you tell me about the boy?
He seemed rather... And he must have...
Yok lan. Ha şunu
Tell
mu?
me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with the kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather, and I think I might well have seen those same men.
Aa, adamlar götürmüşler.
I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him. if
Zengin
that's what
tüccar
it
görünümlü
was.
adamlar.
They weren't particularly rough.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
Bak.
A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that it was Sir Fontaine.
Aha,
Where
isim
can I
aldık.
find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Tulane.
Thank you. You've been immense.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game.
Bana mı yürüyorsun kız? Kim kime yürüyor?
Game from lying.
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Şimdi kaçıranları bulun, onlarla yüzleşin. Olur.
Citizens of Serene, come.
Sana geleceğim ya, merak ettim seni ya. Senin olayın ne senin? De gelemiyorum bir türlü işte. Sana gelen yerlerim ağrıyor. ...50 metre. Burası mıymış lan? Ha burası. Şurası.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house... Enter.
Evin hanımı mı? Oo. Evin hanımını konuşturacağım. Sen az aşağıda bekle. Söyle kadın, nerede çocuk? Ne çocuğu? Oğlum nerede? Ne oğlu? Çocuk nerede söyle.
I've seen you at court.
Allah Allah.
You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe
Tüh,
the
kuzen
honor
tanıdı.
of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
Kocan çocuk
He's
kaçırmış.
not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
O zaman sen çocuk
It
kaçırdın.
concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy.
Aynen.
According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken.
Aa,
He has simply returned home.
nasıl eve
Excuse
döndü
me,
ya?
but I'm not sure I understand.
Hangi eve döndü?
Don't you see, Your Excellency?
Oğlu.
We got our son back.
Aa, kadının oğluymuş.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband...
Witnesses? In a tavern?
Evet.
And you choose to believe these drunkards over a...
These
Niye
witnesses are all
ne
in
faydası olur
agreement, and
ona?
it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
Yani
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men...
bir
might
işler
simply
dönüyor.
want
Yok
to
yok, burada
carry
bir sıkıntı
him.
var.
A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
Lan ne faydası olacak yanlış bilgi vermelerin ona? Ha.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped. Look, we learned the new name they gave him. Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew.
Where might I find your son now?
Evet,
I
biz onunla bir
cannot say,
konuşalım.
Excellency. You must, until the
Neden?
Lords have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Oldu mu?
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't...
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave.
He.
With respect, my lady.
Ya yok, Allah'a ısmarladık deyip çıkacaktım ya. Var mı altın bir şey? Boş çıkmayalım ya. O kadar yol teptik lan. Kuzen. Dayımın çocuğu. Ne yaptın lan, kızı belledin? Not sözleşmesi. O ne lan? Anam, araba çukura girdi. Dur. Ya açamayacaktım ben. Aa, açtı lan. Vay. Yürü yürü yürü yürü yürü. Devam ki. Balım. Hop. Ha. Ha. Ne kadar da güzel dümdüz geldim ya. Vallahi billahi. Bizim kaptana doğru gidiyoruz ha, bak. Bu yol kaptana çıkıyor ha. Bak. Bana bak kaptan. Çıkarırım seni o kaptan.
As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have.
I spoke with a woman who told
Evet,
me
annesi
she was the
olduğunu
mother
söyleyen
of the
kadınla
cabin
konuştuk
boy.
az önce. Elinden alındığını söylüyor, evet.
Taken. Her son is sea gifted. His parents were required
Deniz'in hediyesi
to
diyor.
honor the terms of a contract.
A contract?
Ne
What
kontraktı
kind
lan?
of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract.
Ticari
Exchange
sözleşme.
for services rendered by the Nords. Some families cede more than gold.
Aa.
In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born.
Aa.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract.
Jonas
I didn't even
kontrakt
know he
olarak
was due
verilmiş,
from
yani
Sweden.
anlaşma olarak
But what I
verilmiş.
can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents
Anne babasını
since he was a
görmemiş
small
ta
child.
küçüklüğünden
Never
beri.
since he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his own.
Aa.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Cosillion.
Allah Allah, oradan oraya koşuyoruz, oradan oraya koşuyoruz ya. Bu sefer de Kosilyon'a gidiyoruz. Heh. Bana bak lan Kosilyon.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so.
Ha,
Would you be
Konstantin,
in
onu
need of
buluruz
my
ya.
help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine.
Evet.
You must know her.
Kadın
That rich
oğlum
family
diyor.
that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our
Aynen.
ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to
Sözleşme
some...
yüzünden
Was a
alındı
cabin
diyor.
boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to
Allah
bring
Allah,
the
çocuğu
boy
gemisine
back to his
getirmek
ship.
için. Herkes aile
Since
gibi davranıyor
time
lan.
immemorial, there has always been a certain children born on
Allah
their ships
Allah.
belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so
Aa,
important.
gemide doğan
that
çocuklar
they
onlara
also
ait oluyormuş
require
yani.
children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the
Allah Allah.
congregation has passed
Ya da altın
such a
vermek
call,
zorunda
and
kalıyormuşsun.
certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are
Oğlum
you
hikayeler
telling
çok
me that
enteresan lan.
Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No, that pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been, but Sir
Hayda.
Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he
Kendi
probably
oğlunu
did
mu
it
teklif
before the
etmiş?
birth of the child and regretted it afterwards. But what counts most is that you bring the boy back to the North. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its
I
coffin.
will do my best.
Allah Allah,
A
herkes
father
çocuğu istiyor
selling his
ya.
own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Adam gezi için çocuğu vermiş ya. Kadının da haberi yokmuş galiba. Kayboldu zannediyormuş. O yüzden kadın öyle ateşli savunuyor. Bu ne lan? Ha, burası. Biz daha bunun işini çözemedik değil mi lan? Çarşı çok karıştı ya. Bir görev ne kadar dallandı budaklandı. Acayip işler dönüyor ha. Ben yolu biliyorum, sağ ol. Bana bak kadın, her geldiğinde buradasın ha.
but I haven't quite...
If you would be so courteous.
Onu tehdit et.
Come on now, stop lying.
Ha!
Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true.
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Oh.
Prison? But what would be the...
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a naught that you kidnapped
Aynen.
and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the
İşte o
congregation...
kadar.
I beg of you, Your
Suç
Excellency.
işliyorsun ha.
Have
Aa,
mercy
itibar
on the
düştü.
poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
Allah Allah. Ulan itibar kaybettik ya. Ama oyun gereğiymiş demek ki. Bu değil. Jonas'ı serbest bırakmanın yolunu bul. Bu ne, bu ne? Peki bu ne? Konstantin nerede bulacağınızı. Onu buluruz ya. Kaçmıyor ya. Biz şunu bulalım. Ne dua ettiniz be arkadaş. Bura nere lan? Ha bu tarafta. Ha burada. Aynen burada.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll
Tamam.
have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Aşağıda bir şey yok.
Sir Desade,
Aha.
what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from
Lan
us.
oğlum para
Now
karşılığında
we've got him
ver,
back.
gezi karşılığında vermişsin.
He'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Fontaine. Aha. Ona Sir de Corsaire'ın öğrettiklerinden bahset diyor. Karizma
Take your
kullanacağım.
son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
He.
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled
başarılı
off on
lan.
one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
Evet.
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this
zorla tutuyormuşsun be bıyıklı.
predicament.
Yapma
Very
öyle.
well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
Yapmayacaktın işte
All
da.
children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Evet. Her çocuk aileyi bir gün terk eder. Diye bir durum oluştu. Nerede lan çocuk? Ne biçim bir yer lan burası? Oğlum çocuk nerede lan? Lan çocuğu ne yaptınız?
Locked.
Ha anahtar. Dayı ne yapıyorsun? Dur sakin tamam. Anahtar var. Sinirlendi tabii adam ya artık. Çocuk bu mu lan?
Who are you?
Bunun neresi çocuk
My
oğlum?
name
Ben
is
bunu yolda
Desade.
görsem şey
I'm
abi
legate
derim
of
lan
the
ben buna.
congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince
Abi lan bu.
my father to allow me to go free?
Ettik.
Yes.
Babanı ikna
Even if I
ettik.
had to bend his arm a little.
Evet kolunu
That
biraz
doesn't
büktüm ama.
surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
Ara sıra git anneni gör oğlum, bir elini öp, bir helallik al ya.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me and lock me up in this warehouse.
Oha.
Hard to grow close after all that. My
Yani
family is
Fatih
the
Yürek
Naughts.
kaçlı.
I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship.
Ondan sonra da gemiye git. Tamam mı? Hah. Hadi anana da selam söyle. Kusura bakmasın. Biraz az bir şey tehdit etmiş olabilirim onda. Ben sinirlendiğim vakit ne yapacağımı bilemiyorum, biliyor musun? Ve dalıyorum ağız burun millete. Kaptan Vasco'yu bilgilendireceğiz şimdi. Gençler nasıl gidiyor? Oğlum ben buradan çıkışı bulamadım lan. Ya bir çıkış yok mu ya? Oğlum. Heh. Allah Allah. Hah bir dakika. Hop. Anladım mı? Aynen. Şimdi Kaptan Vasco'yu eski depolar. Aa, orada bir şey var uzakta bak. Konstantin. Aa bir dakika. Şu kaptanı bir diyeyim de. Sonra Konstantin'i de ederiz. Oğlum isterdim vallahi her birinize 3-5 attırayım. Vallahi cebiniz biraz para görsün isterdim ama yok işte, öyle bir şey yok. O değil lan şu. Ham demir cevheri. Allah Allah. Kaptan çocuğu buldum.
So, you still haven't found your cousin?
Ya bırak şimdi kuzeni ya.
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship.
You do.
Hah, o yüzden geldim.
It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken.
All we can do is plot a course. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble.
Kamarat da olsa insan insandır. Oo, itibara bak. Vay.
Be back soon, Captain.
O zaman şimdi de Konstantin'i alacağız. Şurada. Ama önce şurayı bir hafifletelim. Oh. Nereden geldiğimiz belli değil ya. Şuradan ha. Çocuğu bulduk. Ulan güzel lan. Hikaye böyle bir dallandı budaklandı. Biraz gerildik ama şey yaptık yani. En nihayetinde. Ya bir şey yok. 2 para kalmış da. Allah. Şimdi bu ne? Aa işte bak Konstantin. Yetişmem gereken bir gemi var diyor. Bıçak çekerler, dikkatli konuş diyor.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Ha, gizlice. Nereden gizlice geçeceğiz ki? De bana şuradan de. Oradan geçeyim. Vallahi de oradan geçeyim yani. Al. Var mı? Aha gizli yer. Ne var? Hiçbir şey yok. Aha, kapı var.
It's not possible just now.
Ha. Ha, burası. Oha.
It's blocked.
Hadi ya. Oluyormuş lan neredeyse aslında. Tam böyle buluyormuşuz ama kapılar o tarafta. Ses bu taraftan geldi. Lan. Ha. Oha. Muhteşem tüy. O ne lan? Ha görmesin diyor. Tamam. Evet CTRL'yi ama çömelmeyi buldum. Aa tırmanış.
Pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out or gang him.
Oo. Güzel. İçeri gireceğiz. Daha doğrusu kurtaracağız. İçeri girdik, kurtaracağız. Bir tek o kaldı ama bu bölümde değil. Bir sonraki bölümde kurtaracağız. O yüzden kendinize iyi bakın. Allah'a emanet.